All right, energy's good. Let's go.
Yeah, good boy, good boy.
Should we talk about what we're going to talk about? Motes is taking it. Now I'm scared of Motes.
Yeah, good boy, good boy. Yeah, good boy, good boy.
I want you to finish off my sentence in a minute. Hello and welcome to Good Footy Energies, the place where the sauce is free, and if you want more sauce,
You just got to get it.
just come up and ask. I'm Brad. Here's Ruben. With me today is on the panel is Ruben Lane, Sam Moten, and DJ Jesus.
Yo.
Behind the decks, I am of course Andy Roberts.
Sandals. He's actually in the sandals tonight as well. Sandals Roberts.
Sandals Roberts.
My dirty undies, dude. Laundry. The whites.
The white socks on.
The weights.
We're actually all wearing Birks. Motes, someone pointed out before.
We're all wearing Birks and socks, I
Yeah.
think is the important thing as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, there's something in that. That's for certain.
Well, Motes pointed out, but Ruben said he was going to point it out, but he was a bit scared.
I was petrified.
Brad
of
was
you
pretty
saying.
angry leading into this recording.
So mad. He got so mad.
Has he calmed down
Wasn't
yet?
angry.
Rubes, has he calmed?
I'm feeling some bad energy.
Every week for the last 5 weeks, I walk in here and Ruben makes a comment about my hair being
It's
different.
been looking good. It's been looking good
looking
every
really
week.
good.
Being
Yeah.
different,
Sorry for complimenting you.
but it wasn't different today.
It was. It's definitely different from last week.
There's like 3 billion women in the world that would love for a man to notice when, or anyone to notice when their hair's different. And here's Brad not appreciating it.
Yep. Means you're not one of those 3 million women.
I'm a man.
I'm a man. It's a man's world.
What do you want to talk about today, Brad? We didn't do a rundown before the starting of recording.
I've
so.
got Josh Garlett coming up.
Whoa!
There
Talk
you go.
about a few things.
Oh, yeah. A few things.
Nice.
Got a few emails.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. I got a ground of the week brewing as well.
Oh, nice.
Fucking hell. All right.
Came prepared.
Really bouncing off each other.
Is it too early to go to the ground of the week?
Let's do it.
I don't want to go into it.
Get out!
It's time once again for
Motes' ground of the week, man. Motes' ground of the week, man. Motes' ground of the week, man. Motes' ground of the week.
should all wear
man.
cowboy
Have a
boots next
kick at
week.
the footy,
Yeah, definitely. And socks.
and Motes' ground of the week,
Cowboy
man.
Birks.
That'd be right.
Where are we heading this week, mates?
All right, we've been to the southernmost point of our state, Tasmania. Of our country, Tasmania. We've gone to the northernmost point in the Northern Territory. A little closer to home this week, Snake. We're going to the southeast of South Australia to Glencoe Oval. Could be Glencoe. I haven't done my research. I think it's Glencoe. In a game in 1971, Glencoe were playing against Robe in the Southeastern League,
Cracker game.
Yep.
and a sinkhole formed 10 minutes into the first quarter.
You're joking me.
12 feet deep by 8 feet wide in the middle of the ground.
What? It's a fucking crater.
Don't really know much about the feats. That doesn't give me much, you know what I mean?
Enough though.
12 feet, 8.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot.
So it's like, it'd be like, because everyone knows it's universally accepted that I'm 6 foot tall.
That's true.
Oh,
So,
yeah, okay.
yeah, 2 of me deep,
Motes.
and then me plus another third of me wide in terms of if I was laying down.
I'm liking that form of measurement. Like just being like a couple of motes. Yep.
Yeah.
Been trying to make
Probably
it a
about a couple of
standard
motes
unit of
deep.
measurement for years. But yeah, I just thought that was something pretty special. So they had to call off the game. It was a goal each, and then everyone went inside to the showers, and they did a head count. They wanted to make sure they didn't lose anyone in the sinkhole.
Yep.
True story.
Naturally.
And they basically filled up the hole with gravel and dirt and just grass over the top, and there's never been any issues on the oval since.
No.
What year was this?
1971, if my memory.
So what's the sinkhole? Just a hole?
Yeah, it's just like
Weird.
just forms.
Apparently the area is really well known for its array of sinkholes, but rare that one would hatch during a game of footy.
I like that. The hatching of a sinkhole.
I could go down the sinkhole, a rabbit hole all day. Here, talk about
What, the Good Footy Energies podcast?
a bit of a quicksand. I was looking at that the other day.
Yeah, not enough quicksand in the world.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, apparently it's not really as deadly as they made it out to seem.
I feel like it would
in
be
the movies.
like really gradual.
And I don't think it's even that deep. Or like, no, you can't, because your body, you can't get out, but your body, because you know how like, when you get to a certain point in your lungs, there's air in your lungs, so you don't go past your head. You're just stuck. Well, maybe that's part of the problem.
Yeah, so you're just like one of those idiots on the beach that's been buried by their friend.
And maybe you just die of starvation. Maybe that's the fear. But in the movies, they're panicking.
Yeah, they're always panicking.
Get me a vine. There's always a vine.
Always a vine. Always a vine.
That's strong enough to carry a human weight.
But apparently there was... I'm pretty sure this is the start I was reading. Like, trying to move in quicksand is like... Oh, I don't know the fucking analogy.
Nah, just make up the rest of it.
Yeah. It's like trying to... Having like a...
It's like a big old pile of flapjacks.
Car. Trying to... I don't know.
And that was Motes' Ground of the Week.
Coming up next, Sinkholes with Brad.
Brad's Sinkhole of the Week.
Do you like that, Brad, or is that bad energies? Sensing some anger.
Yeah.
It's for you to work out, mate. Make the right decisions. Hi, welcome back. Look at the footy in front of us. Some of the results. We'll skim through these. I watched the Geelong and Freo game Saturday. It was arguably a game of the round. That was always going to be either that one or the Brisbane Swans game. It was on a Saturday day game, which I don't mind. I like the Triple M call.
I like it at Skilled, in the Arvo on a Saturday. Because I feel like Geelong always lose that game as well. Not all the time.
Yeah.
I think that'd be an unpopular thing to say.
I'll get up the facts.
Given their recent record. But yeah, I'm right there with you.
Actually, what is that? Get that up, Clarky.
I think this year they've lost 3 at home, which is
I'm talking
rare.
purely like first game on a Saturday Arvo at Skilled. I feel like they never play well at that time.
Well, Sydney had that for a while, even now, where they don't play that well at home. And so a lot of teams go up to Sydney, young teams, and they they beat Sydney at home, and they're like, the vibe's high. It's like, just relax, because it's not what it used to be.
That's right.
It's like, because everyone's going up there,
Everyone's
knocking
beating them.
Sydney off, and going. Now we're looking in the sun.
I don't get that reference,
I'm not sure about the reference.
but they be
Just
looking.
roll with them.
yeah, I'm rolling with it. Yeah. I was a teacher, mate.
Bunch of sun watchers.
Yeah.
I like where your head's at.
What was that?
There's an off-air joke. We watched that. What was it?
Mark Bosnich telling a joke.
Yeah, YouTube Mark Bosnich telling a joke. That
Best
was
part
pretty
about
funny.
it is obviously that someone's filmed it off the telly, which that's so Aussie to do that.
The Crows, I don't think.
No one
Surprised
watched
anyone?
that game.
Oh no!
no.
Geez.
Rubes made a call in our group chat that late last week that the Crows were obviously going to lose and Port were going to win.
And look what happened.
And Motes shut him down in the group chat pretty early, which was fair enough.
Came through with a ha-ha.
No,
Straight off the bat.
So I just need to be clear. Like I wasn't saying that I disagree with you. All I'm saying is I know what you're trying to do. Rubes always tries to reverse jinx, or this is just be a proper jinx. The teams that he likes and the teams that he doesn't like. He's been doing it for years and years. When his predictions come off, he will claim them. And when 90% of them don't come through, you never hear another word out of him.
I always stick by my tips, all right? I always do. That was just common sense. GWS need to win. They need to win. Crows have been pretty lucky. Crows could have lost every game this season, or they could have won like every game almost, besides the Collingwood match. I swear they've won and lost by a goal every single time. That proves to me that they're not that good of a team. GWS need to win, and that's what they did.
Yeah, they came out. They were back to
All
the old
guns blazing.
tsunami. I would have been
breathing
Crows. I would be
fire.
like, stand back. Let them.
Yeah.
Let them
breathe.
Let them do it.
Let them
I
breathe.
think Toby Green just needed to blow out the cobwebs the week before this game.
Yep.
And then he came back and he looked really, really
Well,
good.
if I was May Nix, I would have said to the Crows, like, come on, you got to be expecting they're going to come out like that. What if we match it and it's a pseudo-psycho game of footy?
Yeah. Pseudo-psycho.
That's what I would have been instilling.
Yeah, you got 2 options. You can either try and play their game, which you referred to as the psycho tsunami, or you can try and shut down the tsunami. And I've never seen anyone turn back a tsunami before.
Never.
Is it? Yeah. How often do we see 2 teams coming out playing really well in the one game, or is that really hard? Because if one team's playing well, that means the other team isn't. Sort of.
Every fortnight, maybe.
Do you know what I mean?
I just pondered that thought while you were saying it, and really, if you've got like a goal-for-goal game, it usually means that both teams aren't defending well.
Yeah.
But when you've got a game like the
Interesting.
Port Melbourne game earlier this year where there was basically no score in the first half, everyone said that was the worst game ever. I'd actually say that the standard of the defence and the pressure there was actually probably the best we've seen this year. So
Great point, Motes.
yeah, it'd be a tough one.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the old days like North Melbourne versus Essendon, the MCG, where they all kicked like 160 plus. Like,
North were up by like 70 points and lost.
That
wasn't a
not
good
much
game.
defense. Or there's just the classic one-on-one, like bloody Sean Wellman in the back line, just on Carey or something.
No one. Absolutely no one.
It's just one-on-one. It's like, you're on Carey in the day. Yeah, good luck, son.
And we're not changing.
We're giving you at least 8 goals,
And
one-on-one.
guess what? It's 1999. We've picked a backup ruckman.
Yeah.
So we don't have anyone that can come on and play on duck if you go down.
Gasper, Paxman, but
Matty Bishop.
yeah, Matty Bishop. Oh, we needed Bishop because every time Port would play Collingwood, Chris Tarrant. We didn't have a match up for Tarrant because he was really quick, and so Paxman was too slow, and we'd be in the crowd going, "Paxman, you're too slow." and then Bishop came in, right? Matty Bishop, and Dad said, "Brad, he has pace." And so Matty Bishop,
the guy.
his only reason he was in the team is for he'd play the game to game. He'd play Matty Bishop, but then when Collingwood would come, he'd walk straight out to Tarrant because that's why they hired him to fix the Tarrant problem. And he was one by one. Tarrant speeding out. Matty Bishop's right there on his tail saying,
Week and week.
"I'm here." And then
Here, Taz.
Yeah, put Paxman on
Anthony Rocker.
Rocker or something, Maybe not Rock. Nah.
Maybe not right.
That's a Darren Mead.
That's
old school.
I know, Brad was obviously running with that at the same time, but there's definitely some truth in what he just said.
Oh, I think he
Absolutely.
believes everything you just said. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, but that's
comes from trauma.
the Tarrant problem was a real thing. I swear, every time when you're watching, you're like, Chris Tarrant should be getting beaten right now, and he doesn't. He's just getting marks all the time. Kicking straight. It's like, what's going on here?
It's
It's pace.
Just pace, baby.
Moving on to probably the Port game. Just skipping over we're doing a bit of skipping.
yeah,
this
don't
week.
mind that. Actually,
Yeah,
to
I'm
be
all
honest.
about the skips.
The Port game. So why are they playing in the middle of wet season in Cairns? Can you answer me that?
I don't
Bradley?
mind that.
You know what's funny is that I flicked that on when I saw the score. Didn't watch the game at all, and then went and checked it, and there was like a minute left or something, and it was, I think, Saints were up by a point. Can't exactly remember, but
a draw. I think.
Yeah, maybe it was draw. I swear they were up by a point. Anyway, flicked it on the KO, and I was like, where are they playing? Like, this looks so bin. And I had this epiphany, and it reminded me that was the game that Crows beat St Kilda in last year. Same thing. St Kilda, what are you doing?
Yeah,
why do you keep playing in Cairns? It's like Gold Coast going to China. You're not going to win. All right, you got a better chance.
Well,
here.
Saints actually went to China as well. Someone put up a list because Saints fans are they're done. Saints fans are like, okay, that's the final straw on the camel's back because
They played in New Zealand as well.
Yeah, they listed all their ones and all the list of where they played, how many times they've lost everyone basically.
Yep.
They've played in China. I think they played us. So it's like you're getting $500K a year for doing these games, but you're getting
Losing.
4 points.
Yeah.
If they're getting 500K, keep playing. Like, all right, I get it, St Kilda.
Yep.
Dude, they would have an elite buffet going on.
I think St Kilda would have probably lost that game anyway. Port needed to win.
Yeah. But if
No matter where they
I guess, let's just say if they did play at the Dome, then, who knows? Who knows? I would say Port by much more than that.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
Yeah.
Robbie Gray kicked the winning point,
That he did.
and they're saying how he's quite clutch, I guess. And
Clutch
I noticed when he got the ball, like, say he gets the ball, he got his hands over the tackle, gets the handball out so easily. And then it was really noticeable because then the next guy for Port picked it up and then bang, just tackled straight away, like couldn't get the hands over. And he reminds me of, I was thinking about, it's like, he's just got a different kind of energy about him, like a class, I guess, or just clean or whatever it is. It's almost like Glenn Maxwell, his strike rate, like when he plays one short form cricket, say for Australia, say if the people who are batting at the time are really struggling and they're only striking about 100 or whatever, and it's really hard to bat. You can see no one's getting any flow. As soon as Maxwell comes in, no matter what situation, boom, striking at 200. It's just in his energy, in his fast twitchness of who he is. He can't not strike it to it. Just things happen. and it's like a shift in.
What's that fast twitchness?
Yeah,
like you said.
It's like I would say Rashid Khan. Rashid Khan a little bit has that, but he's nowhere near the batter of Maxwell.
I would say Bontempelli in the wet has that as well. Everyone's struggling with the pill. Bontempelli comes out, looks like a dry ball.
Beautiful.
That is a great name for a band. Bontempelli in the wet.
In the wet.
Oh, I like that.
With that band Magic Door. Magic Door? No, Magic Door. Magic Door.
Magic Door. That I get. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Magic Door? Is he still in Melbourne's list or is he off?
That is random that you mentioned that because this morning a great friend of ours, Josh Michael Massey, sent through a photo. I think he had a question saying who the F are the Jack Jumpers in regards to the NBL.
Oh, yeah.
And then our other great friend Keaton Rigney sent through a screenshot of someone taking a selfie with Magic Door, obviously at the game.
Yeah.
And the back is Jack Rewalt.
Jack Rewalt in the Jack Jumpers kit.
And they what did they write? They were like some Tasmanian fan.
Dude, Magic going to Tassie. I would. He should be playing footy.
He should, dude. He should be.
Just in that Port, my dad keeps bringing it up. Not the coaches' votes, but the fan favourite votes of the Port, because you got to go on the Port website. They keep voting Power Pepper, like the fan favourite for each game.
Really?
Which I agree with because he's important at times. And he gets in there and it's like Power Pepper's... everyone's trying, but he's like... He's getting in there. He's getting it done.
Yeah.
He's like...
Sorry.
No, you go, Ribs.
All I was going to say is he's probably been one of your most consistent players this year.
Yeah. I was just going to say, he sort of embodies that... I don't know where this came from as well, but like Port have this way, like this thing that... Like the Port Adelaide way.
My dad said this yesterday. I was like, is this the thing? How do you know this? How do you know about it?
It's like a perception. So
did you read this?
It's completely made up. But like Port have this thing where like their players are hard and tough and, really, hard at the pill. And I think Sam Power Pepper encapsulates all of that, all of those things that Port Adelaide think make up a Port Adelaide player. And having a shaved head and looking really tough.
Did you read that or something somewhere?
No, it's just something I just said.
You just thought it's just in the consciousness. My dad literally said like the same thing. I feel like my dad read an article.
Yeah, but
he didn't read. No one's read. There's no article. Brad.
There's no article, mate.
There's no article.
It's the Port Adelaide
right
way.
there on the screen for you to feel.
Man,
Port Adelaide way.
He's a favourite.
You and old man Hollis. I feel like if anyone's going to be connected, it'd be you two for sure.
We got similar energy.
Jesus, I was watching the footy the other day with my dad at the river for Easter, but we didn't have good Wi-Fi because it wasn't on. You had to get on KO. It wasn't on live. It wasn't on Channel 7. We were up the river. And for some reason, the 5G was a bit funny, so we had to have the next door neighbour, Linda's.
Oh, Linda's internet.
Old Wi-Fi.
Linda's internet.
It was thanks Linda. Chaos. Me and my dad and Mossy. And
Mossy as
brother.
well. Yes. Oh, you tell us Mossy was there.
So my dad's friend Mossy, shout out. But we were so the game kept. It was a bit. It wasn't great. It wasn't clear, and then it kept like stopping. So something would happen, then it would just pause, and then we'd have to sit there and we end up playing a game where we'd like try to work out what was going to happen next. And Power Pepper actually got it with the ball, and like he was about to like turn. And we're like, I wonder what's he's gonna go and kick it, snapper over his head for a goal. From memory, I think he did.
Yeah.
And I was like, Porter coming, because it was a Carlton game. I'm like, Porter coming back.
Oh, wow. You had to watch the
and
Port.
I can't see Jack.
You had to watch the Port comeback with like not a delay, I guess, but a stop,
every now and then
buffer.
every now and then I check my phone, the score. I'm like, I have to wait 2 minutes to catch up what's happening. I'm like, don't panic. We're about to score 2 goals.
Hey, no
I tried to bring the calm into the room.
Well, you were able to do that because you knew the score.
And Dad's like trying to read my trying to read my body language. What's your body language? You know something. Something Mike Tyson. Then.
You should have. I think I sent through 1,000 messages during that comeback.
Well, we had bad Wi-Fi, mate. He wasn't getting the group message.
Oh yeah.
No, I couldn't check the group message because I was a bit behind. We're like 3-4. It ended up with all the pausing. I'm 5 minutes behind. I can't read what Ruben's about to send. I would have loved to have got in amongst it.
Should have. We should actually pull those up because I predicted the comeback as well. Just saying, another prediction in the books.
Speaking of Port Carlton, Carlton played North Melbourne on the weekend, Brad. Probably don't need to talk about that.
Talk about that. Talk about the Mackay twins.
Oh yeah. So once again, 8 or 7 years I think they've been in the system, yet to play on each other, despite playing positions where that would be quite likely to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's a theory. Obviously, everyone listening probably is all up to date. I would be surprised if you're not.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised.
If you're not, how you going? About to tell you about a little
conspiratorial fan
Conspiracy
base we
thing.
have.
Yeah, where basically the idea there's only one Mackay twin because they never play each other, so they're never in the same spot. At the one time, there's a few theories got sent in that I have now that weren't good enough to make the Facebook page, but they were good enough to make the
podcast. Amazing.
That's the hierarchy.
Yeah, it's good to know that your
Wow.
Facebook page.
Here are some. Here are
It's above
some.
the podcast.
Here are some. No, it depends. If it's about.
I think it
He's backing
depends.
out of
They
this
keep
one.
digging that sinkhole down at Glencoe. mate.
It's about 12 feet deep now,
So-
mate.
Yeah,
Two
the
votes.
Mackays are a bit like in. No, that wasn't that good. There's really only one. Mackay Matrix. Just thinking about the movie The Matrix where they say deja vu isn't made up, but it's just a glitch in the Matrix. Maybe the Mackay twins are the glitch in the Matrix, being one person and two people at the same time, with the only rule being that when they are two separate people, they can't do the one thing they love against each other. Otherwise, they'll destroy the Matrix. The Mackatrix, if you will.
Oh wow,
That-
the Macatrix was
yeah.
good.
Cheers, Bill. Yeah, he saved it big time.
Yeah.
Like that could. Yeah, you could rearrange. You know what? You'd have to maybe think about that a little bit more. But the Mackay.
Yeah, it doesn't work. That movie doesn't work in Victoria because they call it the Macatrix. But in SA we call it the Macatrix.
Yeah,
There you
because
go.
in SA we're normal.
I did a status.
You say the name the way it's spelled. Mackay.
We'll just get that up on Facebook if you can. That comment, because I did a Facebook status about it's all the way down now. Where I was
Gotta
like,
scroll.
the Mackay twins, there's just one of them and he's using a time turner, like in Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban, where Hermione goes in time so she can do
do know.
two classes
I do
at
know.
the same time. He's going in time so he can play 2 games of footy in the same sort of time.
I was going to ask what a time turner was.
Yeah. And just before we get to the comment on that status by Sam Draper,
Oh wow,
Sam-
big boy.
another one which I wasn't going to read out earlier, but I thought, you know what, now it's okay.
Got some time?
because of the Harry Potter thing.
Waiting for the status.
He goes, the Mackays are a bit like in Fantastic Beasts, where Dumbledore and Grindelwald make a blood pact together never to fight each other. I think from birth, maybe even in the womb, they made a similar pact. One of them wears a neck. So
You're going too deep.
I'm
Jesus.
just
yeah,
gonna-
the themes there. I like that unbreakable vow type theme. Relates to my Harry Potter status.
I just wanted to say about whoever that was just sent in that other Harry Potter theory.
Hella down.
Sorry, Jesus.
No one's seen the new Harry Potters. So if you have any theories, please keep them within Philosopher's Stone through to whatever the
maybe-
last one is,
Maybe up a bit.
because no one saw the new Harry Potters. Okay,
I didn't see past like the first 30 minutes of Azkaban.
yeah, neither. Oh nah.
Too scary.
No. No, we definitely have. Because remember Tony was always Peter Pettigrew?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I must have seen that.
Oh no, down. Oh, maybe it's like not loaded. Probably
Aquarium Boys.
that could be.
Hold up.
All right. So on that time turner status, Sam Draper, who plays for Essendon, I just saw he just commented, just tagged his mate, and he was like, "Makes sense."
That's it. Nothing else?
Nothing else.
That's so
And
good.
his friend was like, "So true." Shout out to Big Sammy Draper. He's actually just started a podcast. Him and Darren Gorringe
Has he?
and some other tall guy called the Over 200 Club. I don't know what it's called, but it's about big men.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay.
We should get him on.
We should.
Listen to ours before you listen to theirs.
Big men
Yep.
versus the small men.
Maybe send him a message
Or you could just
saying
you could just time
makes sense.
time turner to him. Is that what it's called? Time turnering?
All right, so we'll let you make your own decisions there.
I like that. It's like one of those goosebump books where like you pick your own ending.
Yeah, the Collingwood played the Suns. I love seeing the Suns play at the MCG, and I noticed Jack Ginnivan kicked a few goals as well. I
course he
like
did.
how at some point he was like playing one out in the square, and like everyone
course
was
he
loving
was.
it. And I was like, Collingwood love doing that with their sort of smallish but cool forwards
Yeah.
like Elliot and
Yeah,
Goey.
I was going
They
to
just put
say,
a one
I
out.
feel like whoever's trending, he's trending at the moment. They're like, oh, we like him.
And I like that.
Yes!
Chuck him full forward.
It's just all marketing, isn't it?
Yep, pure marketing.
Because they know he's trending, he's got energy.
Yep.
Put him one-on-one,
Smart.
shit's happening.
Smart.
Pies forward line, Pies are like,
Yeah.
energy happens. That's crazy.
It's also
that's it.
good, like, because people often call for that. Just be like, oh, just chuck him down one out of the goal
Yeah.
square, like, give him room. And if it doesn't work, you can be like, well, it doesn't work now.
Yeah.
I can stop saying
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
But
I always have a memory of Josh Thomas a few years back, just kicking a snap in front of the Collingwood faithful, and the whole crowd just going, yeah. I was like, what a trip.
That was so. That reminded me of Training Day. You know, the enemy's like, hey, he's like, man, life's a trip. He's like, hey, yo, Smiley.
Is it your cousin, bro?
Oh, man.
Like I'm playing for these Western Bulldogs, man.
Bit of Garcia in that.
Speaking of which, Western Bulldogs in Essendon, I didn't see any of that.
Nah,
Yeah.
that could have been game of the week though.
No, Dons aren't. Dons are in a bit of a pickle.
They are.
I think it's because it's too windy where they train. It's called Windy Hill. Sounds cold.
Yeah.
I don't like wind.
I reckon that's a great point.
But I mustn't be true because James heard that they were doing all right.
Yeah, do they still train at Windy Hill? I don't know. If they do.
I don't know, but you know, like when it's cold, it's just windy. It's like this
CBF.
sucks.
It's
You can't
just
even kick the
CBF.
ball. Ball's gonna hit
Yep.
me in the hands.
Yep, hurts.
It hurts. You can't. That would be. And everyone's like, we're going to Essendon. And we're like, hang on a second. Do you actually understand what is involved at Essendon?
Just getting footy
With
fingers
the
at
wind?
training, just like balls on the end of the finger.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe
Also,
maybe I'm wrong on that.
Too close to the airport, you know?
I think they've been investing in tools for too long and haven't really concentrated on their midfield. But the wind thing could also be a
They don't
problem.
even have any. They seem to be a team where like they get everyone's good players,
Yeah.
but it's like maybe you need to go the other way and build up from the.
Yeah.
Well, you look at like their
I don't-
team on paper, and it's like it's pretty decent. I just feel like they've started poorly, and they probably lost some games that they could have won. Like they haven't got smashed necessarily all the time, and now they're like, well, we're fucked.
Yeah, I think the vibe's just not there because when.
Yeah. Vibe just ain't
Yeah, it all
there,
comes down
dude.
to
Because when it's there, like last year, Paris, pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
When the vibe's there, Shield, you got
Yeah.
the talent. It's the least of your concern. It's just the vibe.
The vibe.
It was a pretty good vibe at the SCG on Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lions played well. I think
They
they
were
kicked
roaring.
out they kicked out one, then Buddy sort of got him back in the game. I was I was enjoying that was going to be game of the round, sort of like as a
Nice
sort
little
of
closer.
closing in the round. You know, you save the best till last
Yeah.
type thing.
I fucking love watching Sydney.
Yeah.
Just reckon they got a really good team, really, really watchable team. I love their forward line, Buddy, Papley.
Yeah,
when he's
Papley
up and
back in.
about. Will Hayward provides a bit of a spark
Yeah,
up
I
there.
like him.
Took a hanger on the weekend. Midfield's just stellar, and then the back line as well just seems to be really rock solid. Up, young and old players working in harmony. It's
Yeah.
just a beautiful thing to see.
Surprised they didn't win. I guess Brisbane are pretty.
Pretty good.
I like what'd you say? Hayward. He's been on the Twitter lately, getting a bit funky.
His Twitter
Oh,
work
few-
is pretty
few
good.
twitches.
He's been like, it was just good to see a player get on it like that. He was saying, I think his last one was like, do birds feel the cold or something?
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Speaking of cold.
Of course they do. Next.
I was
Next week.
birds. I was watching this movie with Will Smith called it's only about him turning into a pigeon spy.
What?
I don't know what it's called. It's not that important. But I learnt, and I was looking at birds apparently have like a 24 peripheral vision.
Yeah.
Like they have a different frame rate as well. So it's
Yeah.
like going at a different
Yeah.
speed. And I didn't know that. That's changed. Now I know
Birds
why
are
the
crazy.
birds hell in the sky can go get the fish in the Murray River.
What,
which
you
is
think they were
black.
just like, they were held like, oh, I think he's down there. Like,
Well, I don't know what they had. They had, they got something different.
of course they do. All animals do, mate. They all got different things.
Well, then why aren't you freaking out about it? You're just living here with all the different fucking
I know all about
frame rates,
I know all
mate.
about the
You're the
animals.
frame rate king.
Like,
Different frame rate.
call me that from now on.
Frame rate.
Frame rate king.
Do you know what that means? The bird is in different. I was
Do you
listening
know what
to,
that? Do you know what that means? I'm the FRK, mate. I'm the frame rate
I was listening
king.
to the Tom DeLonge, Joe Rogan today. We was talking about he's held into like aliens and UFOs and about like with a piece. I'm not doing it, but we usually have a piece of paper here. Yeah, so I'll show you what I actually barely saw this because I was listening mostly, but he folded it up like. So you fold. So like generally a plane, this is like space time, or space time. So like a plane,
Like it's about to
Of
get
course.
real weird.
a plane is flying. So this is like just space. A plane's flying that way, going do. But what these UFOs can do, where they bend the space time continuum with their
course.
thing. It's like you bend it forward. So instead of having to go all the way across, you're just going. You're doing like points.
Yeah.
And so it looks like you're skipping and like going invisible or whatever. But you've just bent it and going boom, so they don't have to go like tiny little parts.
That's your frame rates.
That's your frame rates,
That is a frame rate.
if I've ever seen it.
That whole time that Brad was speaking, all I was thinking was that he's 100% a part of the Zoltan crew from Do Where's My Car?
Zoltan.
Yeah.
Hard.
Is this where Zoltan hangs out? That's my Instagram bio.
Is it? Fuck, that's actually a pretty crisp bio.
The Zoltan crew.
Well, because you're talking about the space-time continuum.
Yeah.
The what's it called? The doing transfunctioner. What's the first word called though? The continuum transfunctioner.
Zoltan! Zoltan! Zoltan!
You know, let's really get it done. Let's really get it done and have enough love, compassion and toughness to make some good vibes and energies out there.
So he's listening. We're just calling.
Oh, hello?
Hello, Josh. Josh Garlup's on the line. How are you going, mate? You're on the podcast.
Yeah, good. How you guys going? I understand that we're already recording. So you're gonna stitch me up
Josh,
again.
you're on the podcast.
We're recording, mate. Be
I know.
careful.
And recording now. Well, welcome to the podcast, Josh, for season 2022. We just wanted to bring you on and discuss a few things because I don't know if you've been seeing. I just want to talk about. I did send you a message today about on Facebook. A lot of the AFL clubs and sort of AFL content. They'll do a lot of content when it's someone's birthday. They'll do like a happy birthday post to like a current player, or maybe an old obscure past player. But I don't. I just feel like they're just chasing sort of. They're trying to boost their algorithms and content. It's like how many birthdays?
Yeah, it's a guaranteed hooter.
Yeah, I just want to know your thoughts on it. I mean, are you a fan of the birthday post? What's because you know about the algorithms being in the.
Being a social media expert, are you guys? Am I now the social media reporter for you guys?
Yes.
Yeah, is that right?
I ran some numbers, guys.
We looked at the data.
Big fan of CSI Miami. Horatioed it, but less murder. There's approximately 550 AFL players. All right, 18 teams, about 40 per list.
Fucking hell.
No, it's not that much, man. All right, so I literally
That's bad maths, too.
yeah.
It's like
Anyway, so it's around 5. So it's about 1.5 players per day. Okay.
Wow.
So I think they're taking the piss. I think you're actually blowing up in a racket, an algorithm like racket. The thing is, though, it's do you reckon some clubs they've like, okay, we need to post at least 3 times a day. We need to post this many. Do you reckon like Lockie Schultz might not get a post from Freo, but Nat Fyfe does we would like to wish Nat Fyfe a big happy birthday for the weekend.
Yep. And then sometimes they'll even like say if you got 2 guys on the same day have the same birthday, they'll just sort of chuck the little guy in with the main guy.
Mm. Yeah.
It's completely. You know what though? This whole world of algorithm first from footy clubs now. You can see they're just acting like any other meme page. So like even like AFL.com, they're like Instagrams now. They'll post stuff that are quite clearly just to get engagement. It's like plus or minus whether someone's like, fuck you, or someone's like, I like this. It's just a positive. So they'll post an umpire who has been given these rules that are silly this year, who's, awarded the free kick of the 50-metre penalty, and people, they just know it's going to incite a angry or positive reaction. So they just post anyway. So all of a sudden, 7 AFL and AFL are also posting these engagement things. So I think there needs to be a Royal Commission.
Yeah. I think, if there's a Royal Commission, then Kane Corn should be very, very scared because he's built a career off that. Would you agree, Josh?
He did. He went actually when it came out today. It's like he came out last week and said like Elliot Yeo's fat, and then and then someone asked Simo post game after a really tight one at Optus Stadium on Friday night. Asked him, hey, what do you think of Kane Corn saying someone's fat? And he's like, I don't give a crap what he says. Then he comes out the next day and says, Simo out, Clarko in.
Yeah. He's a spiteful little bugger.
What have you guys been thinking? Like, do you like a good birthday post? I would love to know your thoughts.
And it's for example, there's also Dizzy Gillespie. We're talking about as well how like when he hit 200 against Bangladesh. Now, hey, that's great, right? Yep. I don't mind seeing that in my feed maybe once a year. But it's coming up 2, 3, 4 times, right? You've got Dizzy's birthday, they'll bring it up. You've got the actual on this day. They're about to start a new tour in the South continent. Remember the last time we went to Bangladesh?
Another fast bowler makes a 50.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, remember when Dizzy got his 200? What's the limit, Josh?
Where do we draw the line, guys? Where do we draw it? Cricket's a big one like that. Like, I feel like people are so nostalgic for cricket without actually remembering how boring it can be sometimes. They're like Peter Siddle hat trick. Donut, when there was the COVID donuts, it's like, how many fucking times do I see Peter Siddle's hat trick? Like, it was pretty cool. Peter Siddle's probably pretty cool, but like, you never do on this day. Nothing happened on day 3.
They only show the highlights. They are really gaming the system.
I'm not. I don't hate on this day. On this day can be fine, but it's just more there is an underlying. You're going, it's the guy who used to play for us 10 years ago who wasn't even a good player, but it's his birthday and we need to post to get the algorithms. It's just this. It's all about clicks and algorithms. And maybe we should be. When's your birthday, Josh? I'd love to do a birthday. Hey, do you know whose birthday it is today? Josh Garland.
On this day, it is his birthday.
On this day, 26.
On birthday, combining.
When is your birthday, Josh? What date is it?
February 14th, unfortunately. We've passed it. Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. Jeez, you are a man of love.
I've always been about love. You guys know that about me.
Yeah. On this day, Josh was born and many people fell in love. And
I think I'm going to say on this day, Josh was born and conceived on this day.
Born and conceived on the same day.
Yeah. That's why he's so tall. Extra 3 months inside.
You guys love the tall thing. Hey guys, I'm coming to Adelaide.
What?
Whoa!
When?
July.
Sound the alarm. Adelaide alert. Person coming.
What are you getting up to in Adelaide, Josh?
We got a golf trip, a yearly golf trip. I hate golf so much, but because I came dead last year.
Are you bad at golf because you're so tall?
No, I'm bad at golf because I hate it. When I was like 10, my dad is massively into golf. Loved it. Was a scratch golfer. Loved it. And I think I said in passing, I don't mind Tiger Woods. And then for my birthday, February 14th, on this day, I had only Tiger Woods themed gifts and golf gifts. And then my brother walked in the room and was like, do you even like golf? I was like, no, not really.
See, I often do that with gift giving. Like, just remember an obscure quote that they've said. Like, I wouldn't mind a coffee machine, or I wouldn't mind this. You buy that. Your dad is obviously a very thoughtful man. He's remembered that throwaway comment from you, and he's based your whole gift around it, but it didn't fire off.
Or your dad's a very smart man, and he thought Josh is going to fucking hate all this golf shit, which means I'm just going to get it.
Sorry, guys. I'm actually just tearing up right now because this whole time I thought Dad was a dick, but in reality, he was a good dad all along. I got to go home. Oh my God, he's getting a knee replacement on Monday. I'm gonna get him that same Tiger Woods book from Dimmicks and go, hey Dad,
we share a bond.
I never threw it away.
Well, Josh, when you do come to Adelaide, we have a seat right here on the couch for you, mate.
Oh, it's too easy. I'm gonna go to the Port Adelaide GWS game as well if you guys want to come.
That would be a shocker.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Don't go to that game. Whatever you do, don't go to that game.
Also, just
something tells me.
Something tells you, Josh.
I just got there'd probably be a couple people there. Hey? we reckon we can get a seat last minute.
I love the idea of you going. There's like 40 people there, like just no one around.
We're 47 with all of us there as well.
Of course.
Just off air chat, Josh. I want to maybe come to Perth as well. To do a comedy show.
Oh, for the comedy festival coming up?
Yep. No, I'm not on the
bill.
What's that called? The campaign trail just yet. It'll be an underground one. Can you be the MC of the night, or like,
sure.
or like open for me? I guess it depends. You know,
I'm not. I'm not opening.
Just warm them up for me. I don't do little TikToks. No. Show videos of your TikTok. Now it would actually be cool and funny because I want to have videos there. You just play your TikToks. That'll actually get the crowd up and about. By the way.
You know, it'd be elite if you actually did it like a seminar type, where you load up your TikToks and then you go through them. So you
just analyze like a behind the music but for TikTok.
So when I made yucking up filet fishes, the real motivation behind it was I hate filet fishes, and we made an executive decision here to actually combine the oatmeal with orange juice because it had a orange tinge.
Cool.
So
you could definitely do a 5-minute thing of that, or even get you and the boys, Harry and Giovanni or Giovanni.
Yeah, close enough.
You might get them. Just do like a freeway thing. Get the crowd up and about, and then maybe we could do a skit afterwards as well. That would be.
We could do a skit. We could do 100 skits. Also, you get a footy player. I don't think you understand. No famous people live in Perth. This is crazy. This is actually nuts for the TikTok thing. What a weird little story. Got a message during the week from Flight Facilities. You know the band?
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, this has never ever happened to me anything like this. And like me thinking like depressed at home is like, oh, I'm going to be 40 soon making TikToks anyway, in 8 years. But anyway, and then
on this day,
Flight Facilities DJ's like, hey, do you guys want to make a video? I'm like, okay, Flight Facilities. I'll check my schedule. Yeah, because she'll be able to fit in. Then we got free tickets to the concert. It was the coolest thing ever. But that's because he had nothing to do in Perth. I was like, what are you up to? And he goes, oh, not much. Like I walked around, I saw a homeless guy yelling at someone else, and then I went back to my hotel.
That's Claire DeLune guy, right?
Sounds like
that's exactly right. It's actually two guys. Actually, two guys, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, two guys, James and Hugo. But so what I'm saying is, if you come to the state, Brad, not only will you have a good time, you'll also be trapped and you'll have to sing.
Beautiful.
I reckon an hour 15 with you doing an hour set, and then maybe you could even interview a player. You could even do like a compared interview with a player on stage. I'm sure someone would do it.
Could you be a part of that as well?
Yeah, sure. We'll do a panel.
Yeah,
we'll do like a Q&A panel, but with headsets that don't actually connect to anything.
So, Josh, now that you've sorted out the venue and the basic concept, if you could just write an hour of material for Brad, we should be ready to go.
All right, I'm in. Guys, I got to walk into basketball training, but I'll talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good.
Cool. Is that it? Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Josh. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Right,
enjoy basketball training. Ciao, Josh.
You're listening to the Good Footy Energies podcast, and this is Josh Gallup. And if you love footy, then you'll love this footy pod.
Perfect.
Is that right?
Thank you, Josh. Lovely.
Perfect. And
sorry.
all right, we just have a few emails now I want to get through. We can play some email music.
You've got mail. You got mail.
This one's from Tom Wiskin. Says, back yourself. Hi, Brad. Watching the Geelong Lions game and saw the field umpire throwing the ball up after recalling a centre bounce. Would be good to see the umpire doubling down and backing himself to execute the bounce again.
Yes.
Could be a huge confidence boost to flush the redemption bounce.
Yeah, I'm huge on that.
100%. That is the best email that we have ever received.
Yep. I completely agree with you, Whiskers.
That flogs the Harry Mackay a fantastic beast out of the water.
I'm thinking all the way back to Tratsy Baby.
That's it, baby.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
That would be, but on the downside, if you stuff up,
doesn't matter.
Play on.
Just keep doing it.
Old school.
Yeah,
I think first one, if it's out of the circle, recall it.
Yeah.
Second one, let's just let it ride.
Yeah. and
Danger bounce.
Danger bounce. You know why as well? Because I'm very much like, all right, we'll just throw it up all the time or bounce it all the time. Like, stop picking it. Like that is the stupidest thing ever to be like, oh, you buggered it up. All right, just throw it up this time so you don't bug it up again.
Yeah.
Bug it up again. How else are you going to learn?
Yeah.
You know? Got to learn.
Yeah, that people were saying when there's like a 666 infringement, then the umpire gives the warning, then he just throws it up. People were like, why is he throwing it up? Maybe it's to save time, because if he stuffed the bounce up, that's two things that have gone wrong. That's those.
They've got an extended break now after the goals kicked, because I think Channel 7's playing 2 ads now, not 1.
Okay.
So I think they're conscious that the players have been standing out there for like 30, 40 seconds already as well. So I think that probably ties in with it.
That's why Gil was over in that photo of him or the Jews trying to get a deal done for Paramount, or I don't know, just trying to get some deal.
Yeah, that was an interesting photo, wasn't it?
It was an interesting photo. It reminded me of Louis Theroux, just with the the hat on, just really getting amongst and like having to live with the Jews
Just a
before they give him
foreign
the
culture.
deal.
Sounds very
Like,
kosher.
that has to like get a
It sounds very kosher.
don't roll one. I told those
On Shomer
what's
Shabbos.
he say? I told
Those
those
anti-Semites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love when he's like, he punches, I'm not sure who it is, one of those, he's like, anti-Semite. He's like, it's not fair. Fair?
Oh yeah, it's not fair. Like, I think it's Flea. I think it's Flea who says that.
Anyway.
Any more emails, Brett?
Yeah, just on umpires, I wanted to say that Richo did a tweet the other day saying how he was about I'll do it next week.
I reckon keep that in.
Didn't work. That's the second time. That's the second week in a row. It hasn't found place. The Richo tweet. It will come at some point.
I hope it just
Like 3 years' time.
Yeah.
All right. This was actually a comment where I must have did a status and someone commented on it saying, tagged his mate. It's like, tell him about your scheme.
I love the long pauses.
Tell him, man.
And so his name's Aiden Kittle. He's like,
Kitsy.
so he got back to him a day late. He's like, sorry about the late reply, fellas, because a few of his mates were like, tell him about that. I'd like to hear about this scheme. Sorry about late reply, fellas. Been in board meetings with the league all day about it.
No, you haven't.
Basically, you get 1 bonus point for the ladder, win or lose, if you score 100 points. Promotes more scoring, has been done in other sports. Thoughts? So if you get over 100 points, you get a bonus point.
Nah, not into it. I like the idea, but
That would change
Yeah,
the
it would.
scoring. That would change the game.
It would. I'm not about it. Don't want to change the game. I like it as it is.
Yeah, it sort of reeks of like super goals.
Yeah.
1 year trial.
Actual pongs. Actual pongs are super.
But
good.
if you want to try it out, Brad, I want to try it out.
Give it to some of the lower leagues.
Yeah.
Give it to the SANFL. They'll try anything down there and cut North Korea.
And I took it to the one place on Earth, batshit crazy enough to give it a try. North Korea. Of course. Behind the bamboo curtain, they call it the Iron Lotus.
Oh, man. Yes.
That's actually a good point. They should be tried in the lower leagues. It makes it more watchable.
Well, what about instead, if it's like, if you're in the bottom 10 now, but if you're in the bottom 8, let's keep it OG as well, then, and you score over 100 points, you get an extra point. So then, like, it encourages the teams that aren't doing so well to maybe leapfrog. Once they get in the 8, then they're playing someone that's below them again. And they get an extra point.
But there's so much talk about like changing the game, fixing the game, whatever. Is it that broken? Like, just from my outsider's perspective,
Fantastic
like,
point, Jesus.
It seems like it's playable. Like, the game seems good.
Most of the problems have come from the recent changes, I think. The ones that we talk about, like the 50s with the umpires.
There's like this constant internal negative attitude towards the structure of the game that everyone loves.
I think there was a congestion problem where everyone would just be around the ball and not in their places. But I think some of the rules have actually been all right to get people, especially at centre bounces. All right, so this one was sent in from Jackson Barratt.
Oh.
So it's like, so I've been doing some thinking. Who would be the best at one-on-one football? Like, what I mean by that is a total of 2 players on the MCG going head-to-head in a Coliseum-style one-on-one match. Perhaps you call it singles. You need a real hybrid type with height, speed, and elite fitness. I could see Noah Bolter winning the first right tap, knocking it down to himself with a 60-metre clearance. It then becomes a one-on-one sprint to hunt down the pill, rolling towards the goal square. He'd get the first and knock it through the 60 whatever. Channeling a soccer background, thoughts? Who would beat Bolter?
I reckon a bloke from his own team, Dusty Martin, would be pretty good at one-on-one.
Well, Bolter's he's not that quick though to get down the end. He'd just be like, you wouldn't be able to like get past his don't argue.
Well, I just think at the end of the day, you just have the speed. I would just lose the tap every single time, get the ball before the other bloke who tapped it,
Did you think you'd tap it when you didn't have anyone to tap it to?
I thought naturally you still have to tap it.
Okay.
You're feeling like Sean Burgoyne or Andrew Lovett on AFL 2007, where you just hold down the sprint button
and they just
you don't
Andrew Lovett was absolutely electric.
He was really quick. I mean, my obvious choice is Matty Bishop, but that's not anymore. Got to bet my boy Bish. Him and Lovett, mate. He keep up with for pace. He keep up with for pace.
Mate, surely you got a line there for Matty Bishop. Like, he's like, the footy feels me bleeding for footy. Like, you can tell by the lights.
I'm gonna give it to my man Dancing Bish.
Power Pepper, actually, the fans would want it too.
They'd want it.
Oh, the
They'd
fans.
want it.
Port fans, but Pepper.
But yeah,
Very
that could
very
be
brave.
the one-on-one footy thing. Back on that, I think that could possibly replace the halftime sprint at the grand final.
Hey.
Whoa, 100,000
Holy
MCG.
moly,
Yeah.
that's
Two
real cool. I like
people
that.
in that.
That would
I
be
like that a
very
lot.
gladiator.
Power Pepper and Dustin Martin. Remember a few years back, one of my more excited moments was I did a tweet saying I'd love to see Power Pepper Dusty do the fend off on Power Pepper and then the vice versa. And then that literally happened in the game. They did it on each other. Oh, well, I can't even believe that. That's
Manifestation.
crazy, man.
Didn't someone recently, like a shrimp, do an amazing don't argue on Dusty? Maybe last year. I don't know. Could be making that up. Anyway, if someone get back to us about that, if that makes the podcast,
Maybe
that guy is the person I pick for the one-on-one.
maybe our little Ginnivan.
Maybe
Chuck him in there, blonde hair.
little Ginny. I don't know. He's good for goals. You know. I don't know if he's right. I'm picking Caleb Daniel, dude. That guy can
Dude,
like run
you know what
all
I'd love
day.
to do? I'd love to be the guy who gets to pick the matchups. All right, Draper versus Ginnivan. Like you just get to pick from the whole AFL list. All right, it's like the coach at training. Jono and Damo, 1-on-1.
Coach always picking the third best guy against the dude who is the third worst guy. You ever notice that? Because he's like, all right, third best guy, you're not quite the best. So, like, this is once again to show that you can beat anyone. And obviously, third worst guy, if you beat him, then you're going to get some confidence, You might become the third best
So
guy.
it's like a win-win, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though someone loses.
Thanks for that, Jackson Barratt.
On your bazzy.
Yeah, Bazza.
Brownlow themes. Hi, Brad. I was listening to the pod last week and enjoyed the suggestion of a Moroccan-themed Brownlow night.
Yes, thank you.
It got me thinking about other potential themes for Brownlow night and how they could be used. I think the following would be interesting. Pirate-themed Brownlow night.
Nice.
The medal was presented in a treasure chest and Gil trains a parrot to do the votes.
Yes.
Maybe only for one round.
That is now overtaken the last email for the best email ever.
We're going to need 22 parrots. Plus another one at the end.
Dude, that is so funny.
We got a bleeder.
Oh, man.
Space-themed Brownlow night. Aaron Norton could dress up as an astronaut, and when the winner is announced, there is a countdown from 10 to blast off.
That is also so good.
You're worried about this one. It's delivering.
Far out.
Sesame Street themed Brownlow night. Yes. All ruckmen must come as Big Bird, and instead of Gil doing the votes, they're done by the count.
One.
Could also have
there's two votes.
Oscar Allen.
Wow.
Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar the Grouch. Very wise, Motor. Very
Dude, these
wise.
are some great.
These are unreal.
The Moroccan theme suggestion also made me think of that episode of The Office where Stanley gets mad about all the themed Christmases that they've had.
Yep.
Would be good to hear his rant about the Brownlow. Just give me plain Brendan Favola on the red carpet Brownlow night. Anyway, just some thought. Cheers, Justin. That's from Justin Rake.
Dude,
Yeah, Rakesy.
Reiko.
Rakey,
Fucking-
mate.
Oh, can we get a round of applause for Justin
well.
Rake? That is incredible.
Justin Reiki.
Baby.
All right, yeah. Thanks heaps for that email there, Rakey. All the emails, really appreciate
Yeah.
the correspondence.
all
that,
the emails.
Really good emails.
that was a great one
email.
because that showed he listened to last week's pod as well.
Yep.
So
Best week of emails ever.
Ever.
And that's nearly as good as the time I went to Splendid in the Grass and I saw Schoolboy Q. And because everyone's Australian, no one really gives a shit. And he obviously knew that no one was feeling it. And then he did some little pep talk thing. He's like, I need y'all to, put your hands up and shit. He's like, I want to make this the best Australia Day ever. I was like, dude, it's like July 22nd.
From that day forward,
It was conceived.
So just to play us off into the
I'm
break,
born on the same day.
play us off to the break, had a guy named Jonah Lafferty.
Lafferty Daniels, sir.
He sent me a video of Stevie Ray Vaughan. He's like, Brad, you need to watch this AFL.
What?
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
No, he's like,
I haven't heard about him in a while.
he just said AFL influencing one of the greatest blues guitarists of all time. Special. Just watch it.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
We might skip forward, but
if I'm watching TV with the sound off or something, I finally found one time we were overseas and I found Australian football, and I just turned the sound off. You know, they don't show the guys, they don't show the ball in the air. They show the people waiting for it. You know, so it's a great opportunity to do that. And then you see the ball coming in. You know, and when they fumble, it's great. You know.
Always go full wingspan shepherd. Just like a bird. I will keep you safe, my son. Care for you like a shepherd too.
All right, and welcome to another end of another episode.
Already.
Thanks for
Another
listening.
end of another episode.
Welcome to the end, straight through.
Bom, bom,
For those
bom.
listening to the whole pod, obviously you'll be wondering about the quicksand we talked earlier. What I read was, it said here in this article, physicists, getting out will take a while though. Physicists have calculated that the force required to extract your foot from quicksand at a rate of 1 centimetre per second is roughly equal to the force needed to lift a medium-sized car. Yeah, okay. We didn't quite understand the exact centimetre per second thing exactly. That sounded pretty intense, but basically it's hard to get out.
I also think a physicist would be more specific than just saying like a medium-sized car.
Yeah. Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah, he's gone the centimetre per second, getting very technical, and then he's gone,
A physicist would say like at the same rate it would take 6 blokes to lift a 1996 Toyota Celica.
Yeah. He's going,
But instead he's coming with two Motes worth. Yeah.
Meadow car. About a Meadow car, mate.
What's a Meadow car?
Medium.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's the physicist version of a cheap Facebook post, I think. They just chuck out the cheap stat, they'll buy it. They'll buy it. Yeah, medium car.
Medium car. Hey, it sounds believable. You got me.
All right, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the people messaging in.
Thank you for the emails.
Yeah, dude. Great week of emails. Great week of content.
Don't forget to share, subscribe, or sort of do something.
Do something what?
Algorithmically. Speaking of algorithms, a big algorithm episode. Do something positively.
Do something!
Yeah.
Like that.
You know, maybe if I do start doing birthday posts, get around it. You know, comment. You know, maybe maybe tag me. Tag the page in all the birthday posts you see.
Definitely.
Me and Cow to me.
See you next week.
I thought he was gonna do something.
But yeah, what's going on?
I got my tweet.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck.
You're keen to go.
The what? The ringer. The ringer, dude.
Dude, I got the ringer.
The ringer,
Did
dude.
you get the tweet up, Sammy boy?
Yeah. Give us a twoosh.
Are we finding it on the desktop?
It is on the desktop.
On the desktop.
Motes helped me with a tweet today. Not this one, but I don't think I've read this one out.
Hope not.
Hope not. All right, so idea. A guy who is laid back and a new co-worker introduces him to better quality coffee, which changes his palate. But then when that co-worker moves on to another job, the guy goes back to drinking whatever instant coffee was in the break room just because he's so laid back.
I don't buy it. I reckon if that coffee would have changed his life, he would continue
That's
drinking.
how laid back he is. That's the idea.
So he's just doing it for the connection.
Yeah, he's so laid back. He's just like, just take the instant.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even care.
Whatever's easiest.
Yeah, whatever's easiest. Instant's fine.
Yeah. I've been that guy before. I used to work with McVan and in our old job, and he was a lot more particular about his morning tea spots. And there was a place that was really close to us, walking distance. I'd go there. He wasn't a fan of it for 2 years. And we'd always have to go for somewhere special. And then I left and I found out he's gone to the spot that I wanted to go to.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
That is so un-McVan-like.
I wonder what happened. What changed? They must have changed something.
Yeah,
probably how fucking quick and easy it was to get to what place you were going to.
We'll have to ask him next week.
Yep.
Just going to have to.
And on that note,
see you next week.
See you next week.
Enjoy your coffees.
Shout out to Harry Twigs.
Something Matty Bishop.
The ringer, dude.
The what? The ringer. The ringer, dude.